Hi, Guido Fox here. Welkom bij een nieuw book report. Today I want to discuss with you Jewish meditation. It's about meditation and spiritual awakening and knowledge about more depth, more spiritual depth for the Jewish community or for my Jewish followers, but also for Jews in general. What you see is that Jews also searching for more knowledge about spiritual awakening, and they're quite unfamiliar with meditation. And if I read this book and it's written by a Jew, it's also that a lot of Jews are not very happy with Judaism, with all the rules and the structures there, what you can eat and what you not can eat, and which time not, and all the agendas there, all the times. So you see also a more evolvement, a new movement there in the Jewish community to go into meditation and go into spiritual awakening. And this guy, this nuclear physical guy, a very smart guy, and high intellectual, and that's what you see, right? The high intellectuals are more going on a search tour and going searching for more spiritual meaning in this world and coming by spirituality. And it's written in this book Jewish meditation, for Jews, but also for, of course, for everyone who wants to know more about spiritual awakening and more about the knowledge to dissolve your ego, to dissolve your social construct, your deconstruct your social dysfunctional qualities. Everyone has his social dysfunction, these qualities. To solve that, to become more mental Champions League. That's what I want to say to you. More mental Champions League. So, spiritual awakening is one about the opening of the seven ecstatic chakras, about meditation, but also about dissolving your mental destruct and becoming the mental Champions League football player in this world. So, one tackle is the meditation, that's the attack on your ego, but also the knowledge about social destructs is the other tackle in the football world, right? Or so we're saying a double attack on the ego. One is meditation, one is the knowledge and the confronting by a coach, the mirror of a coach, to dissolve your mental distractions and your old pains, that you become total clear light and free, and you can move further in your life. So that's what you see. People, Jews, are not very happy anymore with Judaism, with all the rules, and are unfamiliar with meditation and wants to go deeper and wants to know more about spirituality. And this book, one of the 50 pages, is about more about spirituality. What you also read in this book is that the Zohar, it's more the Gnostic spiritual text in the Jewish world, is also linked with Sufism from the Islamic world, also linked with Gnostic form in Christianity, and also with Hinduism and Buddhism. What you see in the world is that the mystical schools are intertwined, the knowledge are linked with each other. So you see that spirituality unites, the heart unites, and religion is dividing, with all those rules and all those group forms. I am Jew, I am from the Islam, I am Christian. That's a dividing mechanism. And what we see in spirituality, what we see there is that we unite. So the mystical schools are united more and transfer their knowledge about spiritual awakening to each other. And that's what Osho also said. Religion is for the crowd, spirituality is for the chosen fews. And for the chosen fews, mostly the very, very high intellectuals. Here, the nuclear physical guy, the high intellectuals are wants to know more about spiritual awakening and go deeper. And what you see by the crowd, the normal people are staying in these rules, group conformity mentality. Oh, if I follow the rules, if I pray 5 times per day, I become in heaven, right? So all those rules, what I can eat or not to eat, if I follow the rules, I become in heaven. And that is also the simple solution. And that's where he talked also about in his book. That's the simple solution for the simple man. They don't want to make it too difficult for you, because if I talk about ego constructions, I made a video about it on my YouTube channel. I talked 3 hours, very difficult knowledge about your mental psych system. So it's too difficult for normal people. So they make religion simple for you. Just follow the rules and you become in heaven. You get your 40 virgins in heaven if you're following bravely the rules. And we go deeper. Mystical guys or go deeper. We become deeper in the mental systems of your mental psyche. The mystical schools were transfer their knowledge to each other. That's you also see in the path of Jesus. He was moving around from Egypt to Judea, to parts of Middle East, Syria, and he was traveling around for 15 years, and he was visiting all those mystical schools. You see also there the round tour he made there. Jews are searching for spiritual meaning, that you see also in a lot of ashrams from mystical guys. 75% sometimes are filled with Jews. You see also in the ashram from Osho in Pune that sometimes 50% of the people are Jews and mixed with Indians. So Jews are really searching for spiritual meaning and more depth knowledge about awakening. And also what I had to say, in the ashram of Osho, nearly everyone had a PhD there. So smart and sensitive people are the cream of society, are the diamonds of society, and wants to know more about this wonderful field of knowledge. Meditation. Why meditation? And I'm not talking about 50 minutes per day, but at least 2 hours or more per day to become in other frequencies. 2 hours of more meditation. Best is half an hour, or an hour. Do your timer on. Half an hour in the morning, then an hour in the night, half an hour before sleeping, half an hour in between. So really, really long hours of meditation, and you come in a higher frequency. It's not 50 minutes. That's too short. You're not gonna make it with 15 minutes of meditation. More meditation. Don't be afraid that you lose energy, because 1 hour meditation, and there's a very interesting sentence here from this guy, this nuclear physical guy. He found something interesting for nuclear power. This Jew, he said 1 hour meditation is equal to 1 hour sleep. So if you do 1 hour meditation, probably you need less sleep, and probably what I say, that's really true. If you do 1 hour meditation or 2 hours meditation per day, you need less sleep. And you have more power and energy during the day because you have less mental distractions in your life. You walk more lightly on earth. You walk very calm. Your thoughts are very calm. You have not anymore that disturbing thoughts in your mind. And that's where I want to go. You have control about your unconsciousness mind. The most people, and 90% of people, have no control about their unconsciousness mind. All those wavering thoughts in your mind, they control you, and you not control your mind. Your mind is controlling you, and if you meditate, you have control about your mind. You can choose where you want to focus on. You have create a very strong mind. Your mind change. Your mind transcend. Your mind transcend with long meditation. So you have more control about your unconsciousness thoughts, and that saves energy. You have more energy during the day. You're better in letting go. You become a self-master. Master about the self. Master about your thoughts. Master about your inner awakenings. With on the top the Sahasrara, the crown chakra awakening. If you reach the crown chakra awakening, your mind is fully optimized like a computer. You're fully optimized. Your mind is transcend. Your mind is functioning different than the other people. You use your brains on another way. They become more efficient, and the researchers are showing that you only use 10 to 50% of your brains, and that become much more. I think 50% of more your brain capacity you can use as man. Some 5 advantages about meditation. First, sensitive. Can also be a disadvantage because you become so sensitive, so you pick up the negative vibe and the negative emotions, even from the people you see on the other side of the street. I can feel already this guy is very bad in his energy. This guy is very bad in his karma. I walk away. I avoid this guy. I don't want to be in your energy field. I'm losing energy there. I see already if a conflict is coming by a person, how that person walks on the street. I don't want to go so much in my predictable giftness. Last time I saw a guy, he was walking very fast, very aggressive, with 2 Red Bulls in his hands. And I see this guy creating conflict. And yeah, there was a car. The car was driving. He was pushing himself for the car. And he creates a conflict there, and he traps with his feet in the window of the car. I saw it already. I saw it already a few minutes and was walking behind him. I stop with walking. I create distance, saw his movements. So if you go into meditation, you feel things. You know where situations is going to, what is happening in the future, and you can adapt. So you can walk away from dangerous situations. You can feel. Saturday, I felt the frequency in town is very low. It's a stealing frequency. There's a stealing frequency in the air. I felt it when I moved with my scooter. I ride with my scooter and I park my car and my scooter before a restaurant. And I felt two guys were watching there with a blind car where they put in the bicycles or the motors. And they were thinking I walked in the restaurant. Well, I was looking in my eyes on the back and they were walking on the corner and they saw that I watched and they walk away quickly. So they want to steal my motor scooter. They wanted to steal my motor scooter. And I knew it already. I knew it already before I left my house. Okay, someone wants to steal something. They're stealing energy in the air. I also predicted the Apple Store event in Amsterdam where a guy was hostage, several employees. So I feel in the frequency in the air or in the movements of crowds if there come some dangerous events. So I saw that guy walking on the corner and I just walked away. I ride away. I see those guys watching to my motor. I'm not going in a restaurant. I ride away from the situation. Bye. Go where the frequency is high. Go where the consciousness is high. Go where you feel good. Move away where you not feel good. That's the advice. Move away. We're not stingy anymore in small group dynamics where you have to be friends with someone for 50 years. Now is the time that we can move out of situations where you're not feeling good by. So move away. You become more sensitive if you go into meditation so you can avoid low consciousness fields. Second thing, next to sensitive, clarity. You become much more clarity. Your sentences become very short and dense information. You're not talking about cows and chickens. You are very straight to the point. Your mind is very straight, efficient. So if you bring your meditation in your work, probably your work become more better. You have better results on your work. You have higher grades on the university. You have more time. You're more focused. So also that 2 hours meditation will improve your career and your school education work. For sure, for sure. And you radiate an aura of calmness, an aura of beautiness, an aura of chillness, of relaxing that attracts. And you become more light. You radiate beautiness, and people want to come to you. Without a reason, people constantly walking next to me. Or I stand just watching on my phone somewhere on the corner and people coming close by me. Sometimes that's very annoying and irritating and I walk away. But with no reason, people want to be close to you because you radiate a high spiritual frequency. That's 3. You radiate more beautiness, more calmness in your face, your more shining face with 2 hours plus meditation per day, right? More meditation. 4. Confident about time. You become more confident to choose your time wisely. In the Matrix, I used my time Also very efficient, but my leisure time was just go to the movie theater, to the casino, just a walk somewhere. I didn't meditate. And now in my leisure time, freedom, I do meditation. I do a short consciousness walk. I do social day love. I go to the bookstore to choose books. I am more wisely with my time, and my time is um, very useful. It's very limited. It's very powerful. My time is very valuable. That's the word what I'm searching for. Valuable. My time is very valuable now outside the matrix. Very valuable. I'm not going to be your friend if you cannot offer me value. If you become client, you bring money in, and money is energy, and I can buy with the money my books. I'm not your friend anymore to chill with, and it's a one-side energy transmission. I'm very careful with who I go. That's my confidence about time. I don't let so much people anymore in to become a people pleaser or to have friends. You have to offer something. I offer so much for you. You have to offer something back. Confidence about time. Limited time here on earth. Limited time. Choose your time wisely. Choose your time wisely. Interesting. Be critical with who you goes. And the last one is secure and fearlessness. When you meditate 2 hours plus, you become less fearless, less fear, and more secure, more confidence. You're more confidence, you're more rooted on earth. You're more rooted, you have more confidence. You have less fear for your surroundings. So more confident. You have more secure. Your insecurity is moving away. Your insecurity about yourself. Your insecurity about how you look. If you become more older, you accept your life. You accept your negative points. You embrace your positive points. So you become more secure person. So 5 things. You become more sensitive. You become more clarity in your mind. You radiate more beautiness. You are more confident about your time. And you create more secure and less fear patterns. 5 things for Jewish meditation. For meditation for actually all the people in the world. And the prophets of Israel were doing meditation too. So do it. On a structured basis. Structuring meditation. I forgot to say that to you, but page 19 is daily meditation is the best. Daily meditation. Better every day an hour than one day 5 hours and the rest of the days not. So structured meditation. 2 hours per day is my advice. 2 hours plus and your life change. Your reality change, your frequency change, your all the things I mentioned, the 5 points, will coming into your life. It's changing, and you create a high level of God consciousness. Find God through meditation. You don't find God to follow all the rules. You have to become rule free, free of mind, free of conditioning. Only one rule is meditation. That's the only rule you have to follow to reach high levels of God consciousness. Page 29. Problem solving state. When you reach higher stage of frequency and there comes a problem, bam. Solution solved. Go on with your work. Go on with your life. Go on with love. So you come in a problem solving state. People are always talking about the problems in society. Problems, people. There are problems this, problems that. No one comes ever with a solution. We don't talk about solutions because solutions are complex. We always talk about the dramatic problems. Whenever someone is saying, hey, there's a solution here, or we have 5 solutions you can choose. So if you go into meditation, you're going in a problem-solving state. Where you think about the solution. You nearly jump the problem analysis. You're already by the solution. So that makes your life much more easier, right? Oh, I cannot come to you at that time. Oh, then we do it other time. Can you on this date and time? And I will do something else. I have option B in my time schedule. That's a simple solution, right? But you're in a problem-solving state, so you create easily alternative options for yourself. I don't know how you say in Jewish, but that's page 75. They talk about fa and he. Fa and he. I'm not saying if I correct fa and he, but it means that we have to create a balance in your female qualities and your male qualities. And I said it so many times, you have to create a balancing energy in your system. That means that if you're too male, you have to work on your female qualities. And if you're too female nowadays, but that is not really the case nowadays, everyone is create some unsensitive male qualities in the matrix. But if you're very female, you have to work on your male skills. And that's what Jesus was saying to us. He said, I make from every man a female and from every female a man. What he was saying, I want to equalize your energetic system. If your energetic system is equalized, you can opening up. You can opening up. A balanced person. Balanced person. Become a balanced person. That was the teaching of Jesus of that sentence. Balancing person. Like the image of God. God is female and God is man. God, the image of God is equal, is balanced. That's the sentence here. And if you're balanced, you can opening up. You can feel the inner awakenings. You can feel the 7 magical spots in your body. You can feel them and you go out of the realms of matrix time. Sometimes I do 1 hour meditation and I was, fuck man, I was thinking it's 5 minutes. and it's 1 hour, 60 minutes. Your time frequency change. You're out of time, out of space, out of time, out of space. I don't know where I am sometimes. I am in my chakras, I am in my energy, I am here, I am in another identity. My identity is not a nation, my identity is not my outside, my identity is not my language, my identity is not who I was before, my identity is not what my studies are, my identity is not my body, my identity is not what is on my curriculum vitae, what I did before on education. I'm not shaped by the identity. I'm shaped in the here and now. My identity is the 7 awakenings. My identity is the inner awakenings. I have another identity. My identity is changed, and therefore the realms of time changed. That's identity change. That is the deepest form of personal transformation. The mind transcend, right? The mind transcend. Told you earlier. Page 117, and that's an interesting thing. God is 4 things in Jewish meditation. God is 4 things. 1, God is king, and that is Melech. Melech in Jewish language. God is a king. A, God is a helper in your life. B, Ozeh. Ozeh in Jewish, helper. 4, rescue. Rescue Moshe. Moshe is rescuer. God is king, helper, rescuer. And shield. Mega. Shield. God is king, helper, rescuer, and shield. King means God is far away for the most people and is difficult to reach. A king is far away, and if you send a letter to him, maybe you get nothing back, or about 3 months you get a letter back from the secretary of the secretary of the secretary of the king's department. The king is far away, so you have to work. You have to be dedicated to find king, to find God. You have to be disciplined to find God in your life. Disciplined to find God in your life. So king is far away. You have to do something for it. It's not coming just from nothing in your life. You have to work for it. The king is far away. And God is a king. God is a helper. You can ask him for help. If you have difficult questions in your life, if you deal with things, you can give a question out. You can send a question or a wish. Little children are doing that, right? If there are problems, they're praying by their bed and they say, God, I want help in this situation. So God is a helper. And you can send a question in the universe. You can say, hey, I want to become rich. Or I want that my girlfriend is more nicer to me, or I want that I go on holiday 3 times per year. You can ask anything what you want, but God is also an universe person when you can put out your wishes, because otherwise your wishes are going into your suppressive mental energy system. You hold your questions inside. So you can put out your questions and ask God for help. That's the second thing. God is king. God is a helper, and there's already some close by, right? And God is three, rescuer, Moshe. Moshe. And that is a wonderful mechanism, Moshe, rescue. God can save your life. If you are in a very, very bad condition, you're on a cliff and you're a mountain climber and you fall down, God will help you. God will rescue you. He will save you in that moment. If there are 5 guys around you and they knife you or they want to steal your Rolex, God will manage it. You can trust on God. In very dangerous situation, you become very alert. You become very in the moment. And if you're very in the moment, God is there. God will save you. And that's a nice feeling. And I'm not saying drive 200 miles per hour on the highway and you have a nearly death experience and you're gonna take too much action there. Oh, God will save me. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. God will save you only if it's not your fault that you drove so hard on the highway, reckless, then God will punish you because of your karma, because you drove so hard on the highway. So God is a rescuer in bad times, and then He is very close to you. The king is far, the helper comes closer, the rescuer, then God is so close by you. And that is also the case that a lot of people with a nearly death experience in their life go into spirituality because God was so close by. Fourth, that's the shield. God is the shield field. Magar, God is your consciousness field around you. Is your light field with your aura, with the Sahasrara opening, with the crown chakra, with the aura around you, with the halo. That's God too. God is your field of aura. God is your field. That's the fourth thing. God is field, God is rescuer, God is a helper, and God is king. And that was, I found, very nice, structured knowledge from this book, Jewish Meditation. And I want to end this video with this sentence. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I see you by the next video. Bye bye.